County Sheriff's Office confirms it has obtained an arrest warrant for 30-year-old Jenna Strouble of St. John, Indiana, and she faces 9 counts of first-degree murder.
Think about the people you trust most. The ones you invite into your house, the ones you eat meals with, the ones who hold your grandkids and call them by their names. Now picture one of them standing at your door at 2 in the morning, and by sunrise, you're gone. That's what happened to this family. Jacob Lambert, 32 years old, was shot and killed in his car while parked in his own driveway. His mom, Stacy, and his dad, Patrick, were found shot just a few steps inside their home. And the person behind bars right now charged with all 3 murders wasn't some stranger. She was Jacob's kid's mother. This was someone the family had brought into their lives, someone who joined them for meals, someone their grandkids called Mom. From the very start, investigators recognized this wasn't random. It wasn't a break-in or a case of mistaken identity. It was deliberate. Before I continue, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video to spread the word. Do you think the people closest to us can also be the most dangerous? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Her name is Jenna Strouble. She's 30 years old and the mother of Jacob's 2 little kids, 4-year-old Ella and 3-year-old Rhett. Jenna wasn't a stranger to this family. She had a past with them. Early on a quiet Monday morning in Crete Township, Illinois, a worried family member picked up the phone at 2 a.m. Something felt off, so they called. And they were right. After the shooting, Strouble drove 8 miles to her house in St. John, Indiana. She waited there. She acted like nothing had even happened, when that's the kind of person we're dealing with here. The story of how it all led to this moment is what we're about to dive into. To understand what unfolded on March 23, 2026, we need to look back. This didn't just happen out of the blue. Jenna Strouble and Jacob Lambert went back and forth in their relationship for years. It wasn't easy. Messy was more like it. Things got so bad that the police had been called more than once. They shared 2 kids, Ella 4, Rhett 3. Between all the chaos loving their kids and their relationship falling apart, trouble signs started to show. Jacob Lambert had hit a big milestone. 1 year sober. A whole year. His family couldn't hide how proud they were. His relative Emily Connor even shared it online, saying it meant the world to everyone who cared about him. He had started turning things around, when he was working on himself, building something steady, to be better, not just for himself, but for his kids too. Police say the shooting was planned and had domestic roots. People tied to the case think the custody battle over Ella and Rhett, plus the increasing interference of Jacob's parents, led to all 3 of them losing their lives. Not just Jacob, his mom and dad too. Let that sink in. She didn't just target him, she went after the entire family. Let's fast forward to January 2025. More than a year before the deadly shooting, police had already been to that same house. Officers from the Will County Sheriff's Office responded to a domestic battery call that also involved a mental health crisis. What followed that call is the part that has everyone questioning the entire situation. Strouble was taken into custody and committed against her will. She didn't go. It wasn't her call. A court ruled she was dangerous enough to need mental health treatment, even if it meant holding her against her will. That's not a small thing. It's the system stepping in to say, this person isn't safe and needs help right now. Still more than a year later, 3 lives are lost. Investigators report that Strouble made self-incriminating remarks during questioning. They also found a gun after arresting her, and it was the same firearm used in the killings. The weapon, found in her house, tied to the murders. Her own words. They turned against her. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment choice. It wasn't some outburst of sudden anger. From the start, investigators explained it had been deliberate. She picked that house. She picked that specific night. She chose all 3 of them. Now let's go over what happened on March 23rd. Crete Township likes to call itself a mix of small-town charm and an ideal spot for families to grow. Peaceful streets, neighbors who recognize and look out for each other. The kind of place where things like this just don't happen. People nearby said they heard gunshots before anyone found the bodies. Shots cut through the night, on an otherwise calm street, on a Monday morning. Jacob died in his car in the driveway. Stacy and Patrick were just beyond the front door, lifeless where they fell. Jacob never made it inside. His parents never made it out. Jenna Strouble fled. She left the house with 3 dead bodies behind her, got into her car, and drove straight back home to St. John, Indiana. That was 8 miles away. Yet the community was stunned when they heard the news. Everyone woke up to it, shaken and trying to make sense of how this could happen. The following afternoon, a Christian group from Munster shared the tragic news. People who attended church with Stacy and Patrick now had heavy hearts. Those who once saw Jacob fight hard to overcome his battle with addiction were in disbelief. Emily Connor, Jacob's relative, shared a heartbreaking message. Our hearts are so heavy, and there are no words to describe a loss like this. Jake had just reached 1 year of sobriety, a milestone we were proud of and one that meant everything to him. 1 year sober, gone. His parents, gone. And little Ella and Rhett, just 4 and 3 years old, woke up realizing the 3 people who loved them most were gone forever. Or that was all that remained on the morning of March 23rd, 2026. By March 24th, 2026, the Will County Sheriff's Office had issued an arrest warrant for Jenna Strouble. She faced 9 charges of first-degree murder. 9 charges. 3 lives lost. She is in the Lake County, Indiana jail, waiting to be sent back to Illinois. Police found the gun in her house. The things she admitted during questioning are now being used against her. From the very start, investigators said this was not random. They called it a planned and deliberate act. This wasn't a moment of weakness. It wasn't confusion. This was intentional. But here's the question no one has answered yet. Ella and Rhett, just 4 and 3 years old, lost their dad. They lost their grandparents. And their mom is now in jail facing charges for 9 murders. One day, but these kids will grow up and wonder what happened to their family. They are going to demand answers. Right now, there are none. Was this all about the custody battle? Did she want to push out the people she thought were trying to take her kids from her? The domestic battery report in January 2025. The forced commitment. The mental health crisis that got logged in the system, then brushed aside. The signs were all there, written down in black and white. On file. Even so, 3 innocent people went to sleep on Sunday and never had the chance to wake up again. Hit the like button. Subscribe right now. Share this because Jacob, Stacy, and Patrick deserve to have their names said by more people. And leave a comment. Do you think the custody fight drove her to this? Or was the real problem the mental health warnings that everyone seemed to ignore? Ella and Rhett will grow up and need to know the truth. They have a right to it.